This is the back end of Werk 1 behind me, which has about 400 people working in there, and it used to be a potato factory.
Bavaria in total has undergone this transition from farming, actually, in the past to really professional services in the last 20, 30 years. And I think the scene in Munich has really developed in the last 5 years. You can really observe how the quantity of startups is rising, but also the quality especially. And it coincides with also the development of one of the most important conferences here in Munich called Bits and Pretzels. You might have heard of it. It has really developed into one of Europe's hottest tech conferences with now over 7,000 participants last time. We've seen a great development here at Werk 1. We now have about 40 really top-notch startups here, mainly in the B2B and SaaS area.
Do you select them, or how does that process work?
Yeah, we select them with 5 criteria. First, is it a digital startup? Because we only support digital startups here at Werk 1. The second criterion is the team. Is the team complete? So for example, if you have a tech startup and don't have a CTO, obviously that's a problem, but don't laugh because there's actually many teams who try to do that.
Do you try and match them with individuals?
Yeah, we try to do that too, and this is also why we have our co-working space here. This is why we have the cafe, because it does happen that teams come here with an incomplete team and they would find their co-founder here at Werk 1. Third criterion is the business model and the innovativeness itself, the market attractiveness, meaning market size, market development, and the last criterion is traction. So do they have their initial users? Do they have first clients? Yeah, this is what we look at. Then we invite the teams, they pitch here. After Werk is about unlocking the ecosystem, bringing in new people, but we also have events where we invite coaches around a certain topic. For example, we have coaching sessions around software sales. Just today we are running one event with a large insurer here from Bavaria.
Could I go from idea to exit in Munich?
I think what we are pretty good at is in the very early stages. There's a lot of also public funding opportunities, which are great because you don't have to give away any equity at the beginning, which is super relevant to a startup, especially if it has big ambitions. Funding rounds are comparatively small, especially on an international benchmark. We are pretty well, again, when it comes to the really exit point, because we have great corporates in Germany, like the NASDAQ in the US. In Germany, it's called DAX, so the 30 biggest companies of Germany. 8 of them are located in the greater Munich area. And we also have a very strong, you might have heard the term Mittelstand. Many times it's family-owned businesses, which are great cooperation partners or also exit partners for startups, because it might take sometimes very long if you try to work with a corporate. But when it comes to really growth rounds, we still have way to improve, and this is also why we are super happy to see more and more international investors coming in from the US, from China and other regions to kind of fill that gap.
And in terms of what Munich's missing, I mean, what is the last piece of the puzzle, or is the puzzle put together already here?
I think what we are missing maybe a little bit is the openness, tolerance part that you need and that you observe in other hotspots like San Francisco and other cities that might be a little bit more weird in a very positive way.
Yeah.
And I think we can catch up a little bit more and also developing that real international flavor. Having said that, the interesting fact is that Munich is actually one of the most international cities in Europe. I think overall Munich has a great potential when it comes to digital startups and innovation in total. We have some of the finest talent of the country here. We have some of the best universities. We have a great quality of living. We have the mountains, we have the lakes close by. We have a strong identity, a strong tradition, which people sometimes ask me about. Okay, how does that relate to digital startups wearing lederhosen and dirndl? And I can tell you it's a perfect match, because actually it gives us a sense of identity, of kind of that local flavor that also people who are coming to Munich from abroad love.
Florian, I'm sold. Thank you so much. That was amazing. Great. Danke.